President Trump cracking down on welfare programs and getting more Americans into the workforce, a measure that he has been pushing for years.
45 million Americans are living right now on food stamps. Hard to believe this is our country. We have lifted more than 6 million Americans off of food stamps, and we're getting off of welfare and back into the workforce, and they're so happy.
Well, the Trump administration proposing a new rule that will close an expensive loophole and kick 3.1 million people off of food stamps. Here to explain how the proposal would work, a senior policy analyst, Independent Women's Forum, Patrice Onwuka. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you with us this morning.
Thank you so much, Heather. Good morning.
So reports are that this would save, what, about $2.5 billion a year. How exactly would this work?
Well, this is about directing benefits to those who have demonstrated need by really vetting whether recipients of food stamps, have income or have assets. If they don't have what's needed, then yes, they continue to receive benefits. But for those who could be millionaires sitting on a lot of assets, or those who are lottery winners, it ensures that those people clear the way so that people who actually do have demonstrated need are able to get the benefits that they need.
But one of the things that's been argued specifically by Democrats is this kind of works against what Republicans tend to favor, which is states' rights. And this would give more opportunity for states to determine who exactly would be eligible for these benefits.
Well, okay, so let's understand that when it comes to food stamps, the money is coming from the federal government, but states kind of mete out the money to their residents. And what's happened is that states have used this loophole, around categorical eligibility to say, okay, you know what, we're just going to, because you're already receiving cash benefits through another welfare program, we're just going to say, you know what, go right on in and get food stamps as well. Well, that creates an opportunity for abuse and for fraud. This is a means of holding states accountable to say, you know what, before you extend food stamps to anyone, ensure that they meet certain requirements in terms of assets and in terms of income. I think 77% of Americans, when polled, think that it's very reasonable to ensure that people who have the assets that have assets don't need to be getting food stamps.
Okay, so it would take that responsibility away from states, is what it would do.
It will ensure that states are vetting the assets and income of people who want to get food stamps.
And typically a family of three, they would have to earn less than $2,252 per month. That would be about $27,000 per year. But specifically, they also would be limited in what's called accountable assets, and that would include cash or money in the bank, like the amount of money that they save.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a really interesting case where a man who was a millionaire, he said, you know what, I want to see if, from Ohio, I want to see if actually I could enroll in food stamps, take advantage of this loophole. He absolutely was able to do so. When Maine looked at their welfare rolls, they found that over 4,000 people were lottery winners, earning over $22 million in the lottery, and were receiving welfare benefits. That included food stamps, Heather. So I think the idea is, number one, let's end this abuse and this misuse of taxpayer dollars and public resources for the needy. And number two, this is a great time to ensure people can get a job and can become independent rather than continue to be dependent on government benefits.
Yeah, because as we know, there are a lot of jobs out there right now and available.
7 million unfilled. Yeah. 7 million unfilled. And so this is the best time for us to ensure that everybody who can work and is able to work are working.
All right. And on that note, that's a good way to end it. Patrice Onwuka, thank you so much. Great to have you with us again. Have a good day.
You too.